The return to student loan payments has been rocky, with millions of borrowers now over 3 months delinquent. Let's take a look at the reasons for the high delinquency and the return of high cohort default rates in this week's ION News. Approximately 3 million student loan borrowers are over 3 months behind on their payments. According to the National Student Loan Data System, the federally managed 91 to 180 days delinquency bucket portfolio is $84.5 billion for the fourth quarter of 2024. This figure is nearly 3 times higher than before the 3-year COVID-19 payment pause. The 91-day delinquency amount in quarter four of 2019 was only 27.5 billion for less than a million borrowers. Now, those delinquent borrowers are now facing negative credit reporting and are at risk of defaulting on their loans. This alarming figure indicates high cohort default rates are coming. And there are several contributing factors to the rise in delinquency, even though the end of the federal student loan payment pause in September of 2023 included a 12-month on-ramp without consequences for late payments to give borrowers time to find sustainable repayment plans. The confusion of loan forgiveness, growing inflation, legal battles over the SAY plan, and over 3 years of non-payments have all contributed to an atmosphere where borrowers are either unwilling or unable to pay. Now, here are some of the other reasons why delinquencies are so high. Number one, borrowers are unaccustomed to paying. The extended payment pause has significantly impacted borrower behavior. 3 years of not making payments created a powerful conditioning effect, making it difficult for many to reintegrate student loan payments into their budgets. This has resulted in widespread under-budgeting for this now resumed expense. Compounding this issue is a concerning lack of awareness among some borrowers regarding their repayment obligations. It's not uncommon for individuals to be unaware that they even have outstanding student loan debt, sometimes mistakenly believing their financial aid consisted solely of grants. This lack of awareness, coupled with an ingrained habit of non-payment, creates a significant hurdle for borrowers now facing repayment. Number two, servicer changes and lost contact information. Several student loan servicers have changed or transferred their portfolios over the last 3 years. Many borrowers are unaware of who their new servicer is or even that their servicer has changed. Likewise, many borrowers may not have updated their contact information with their current servicer. This makes it difficult for borrowers and servicers to connect and communicate repayment obligations. Number three, promises of loan forgiveness. The repeated promises of sweeping student loan forgiveness during the Biden administration created a perception among borrowers that they shouldn't be paying their loans. Because borrowers paid off their loans but would have qualified for loan forgiveness had they waited, they will not receive a refund. So borrowers may have believed that their loans were already forgiven or believe that the loans will be forgiven. And those borrowers who lost contact information may believe that their loans are in the process of forgiveness without even realizing it. Number four, lack of immediate consequences. There were no consequences for missed payments during the payment pause and the 12-month on-ramp period. This month marks the first time student loan borrowers will be reported to credit agencies for delinquency. Some borrowers are likely unaware of the consequences of delinquency and default or are comfortable with those consequences. Number five, unawareness of repayment options. A survey from last September found that 2 out of 3 student loan borrowers are unaware income-driven repayment options are available. These are likely the same borrowers who would qualify and benefit the most from those IDR plans. With the SAY plan stuck in legal jeopardy, the Department of Education revived 2 IDR options, the income contingent repayment and pay-as-you-earn plans. Side note, the Department of Education announced this week that borrowers on the SAY plan and currently in forbearance could remain in forbearance until September and may not owe any payments until December. For borrowers not enrolled in SAVE, the other IDR options can significantly lower their monthly payments if they're even aware of them. A CFPB student loan borrower survey from last November found that 42% of borrowers have only ever been in the standard repayment plan, and a third of those borrowers didn't know they could choose a different plan. Now, if borrowers don't get into IDR plans, colleges are going to see high cohort default rates when those borrowers reach default. Colleges can avoid high CDR rates with a default aversion plan. Now, G&I Intuition's expertise and resources, colleges can effectively address current delinquencies and mitigate future defaults, ultimately protecting your institution's standing and supporting student success. Contact our sales team today to implement a comprehensive default aversion plan for your institution.